Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Wildermyth. So, on the last episode, we had actually found out that the world is beginning to flood because of the Gorgons and their leader Ulstrix. So, we had a couple developments in the last episode, and we actually found out that Zura and Mornmire got married, and they had a child named Zurius Duffbar. And we're going to be using Zurius as kind of like an armor breaker character. I think that might be kind of cool. But one of the things we had planned on doing is heading on over to Pemlia Wood, and we're going to head over there and see if we can pick up another recruit. So let's do that right now, and we'll send all of our guys on over. It looks like we can only send 5. So maybe it might be a good idea to split the party just a bit. Now that we do have, we can send them in 3s. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna send off Zurius, and you know what? We'll make it so that the parents of Zurius kind of take him along on a journey and look out for him and give him just a little bit of a taste of the adventuring life. And while that's happening, I think we'll also send off the remaining 3 to go do a little bit of scouting. So it looks like we have an opportunity for Dungeon to follow a reoccurring dream. And I think we're going to do just that. I wanted the wisdom to release my fears, but they burned like blue flame. They roared out of depths to claim me. It does me little good to tell you, Zura. I have nightmares that curl my soul of a place I've never been. The torched house, the blue blaze eating bones, I feel dread. You're standing really close to that fire, says Zura. I'm imagining it blue, Zura. It's easier, Zura, if I stand close. Oh, so you're not considering roasting a bird? Because I can get a bird. It's not hard. Do you care what kind? When I asked you to come with me on a little trip, I didn't tell you how far we might be going. I didn't tell you our destination is a place I've dreamed of all my life, or that I worry death waits for us there. But you see, following a dream is kind of last resort, for those who can't go back to sleep. Alright. Let's see what Zura decides to do with Dungeon. I think we're gonna have Zura follow alongside. Because even though they may have a little bit of a rivalry, they did grow up together, and Zura is ultimately Dungeon's friend. So let's do that. It looks like it's kind of splitting our party, and we're forced to do that. So I think we're gonna have to reassess what happens here. So if we can, we're gonna pause this, and so it looks like Elmdrick, Dungeon, and Zura are heading over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can take Zurius and Hetta and Mornmire to go recruit. So we're going to take Hetta off of her scouting mission and do that for right now. Just so we can kind of keep everyone together. Now hopefully we don't get ambushed at all. Okay. Now it looks like we can't actually recruit him because we don't have enough legacy points, so why don't we cancel that out for right now and send them off to scout instead. Oh, we don't want to do that. Okay. There we go. Well, we'll send Zurius along with his father and Hetta. Maybe we'll teach him a little bit of the ways of the Mystic. Meanwhile, Zura and Elmdrick are playing catch-up to Dungeon over here. Okay. The story continues. A thick-grown woodland seems to invite them under its boughs. Wood and damp and the summer herbs that grow here all combine for a heady, fragrant zest in the air. I'd like to make this place my own one day. Good for a seasonal getaway. Standing stones are kind of unusual, says Zura. She would be attached to them. She is basically one of them. Hey, who are you dingots? Setting up camp on my doorstep. Get away from my almond stones, says the old man. Ask his name. Is this place yours? Says Zura. Hey, no need for that. I didn't see you had weapons. We were startled, that's all. He's old. You outlaws, you don't have to kill me. My name's Dungeon. This is Zura. We're from far away. Dungeon? But you're the grizzly fighter from my dream. Oh, it seems they're all connected. My name is Laura East Perez. Laura of Omens is how I'm known in Misty Bottom, and now, it seems... Dungeon, says Zura. Please, come with me. Let's stay wary, that's all. The woodland fellow leads them among the trees, to the door of his secluded home. Be welcome. There's bark cheese and brine pork, also upon my table. Please find enlightenment. You keep a nice table, says Zura. These old beams have stood me well. I chose a lucky spot, but I had the advantage of dreaming it. See, I've had dreams since I was a small boy. Dreams. Dreams that frighten you? How real they seem. Dreams that portend what may come. My grandmother was a seer also. Something some folks get born with, I suppose. He swigs bright blackberry wine. I was a young man when I got run out of town. Laura of Omens, they called me. I'd told them the stores would burn, and so they did. It was a stray cinder. Folks blamed me. I know what fear does to people, says Dungeon. But I knew it would happen. I told my mother and ailing father and left before the drunks showed up. My parents got to stay and live happily and visit me often in the later years. Life out here has been lonely sometimes, yeah, but rewarding in many ways. Time to time, folks come, and they drink from the well of sights my dreams have filled in me. And now you've come, Dungeon. I'm creaking through my final years, but you've got the gift to be the next woodland seer. The next woodland seer, he says. Yes, it would be the birth of a tradition, which will only strengthen the magic. In the many years I see left for you, you can help keep this world safe, though not in the way you've done. I'll teach you. We do have time for that. I don't know if we want to lose Dungeon. He's kind of the leader of the party, and I feel like he wouldn't just up and abandon his friends that he's fought alongside of for so long. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep him in the party. I'm a born warrior, you see. As much as I hate going to battle with my friends, worse is not going. It would drive me crazy to sit here. I understand, says the old man. What I don't understand is why you've come. It seems you have some other purpose. Dungeon, your dream led us here. Do you think this... From outside, a tremendous roar erupts, shaking the stones of the house. Stay here. I've dreamed this place would be devoured by flames. I've been given the chance to stop that happening, and I will. I was gonna say, Dungeon seems to be a little bit more of a fighter than a seer. He's not really a mystic, so we're gonna help this old man out. All right. Let's see what Zura can do here. She's kind of roguish in nature now, so I think we're gonna send her on over here, and we're gonna silk step and kind of just get prepared to see if we can ambush. So we're gonna send Elmdrick over here with his sentinel ability, and we're also going to send Dungeon right up next to him. Very nice. We got a nice block there from Dungeon. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Dungeon head over here and see if we can attack this Geist. Yeah, that seems appropriate. And then we're also going to have Zura attack this guy. Ooh, that's not good. There we go. So at least we can have Elmdrick kind of slay him, and unfortunately he's not going to be in Sentinel. Thankfully Dungeon has enough armor to where he can withstand those kind of attacks. And we're going to move Zura in and give it one more shot with her ability here. And it looks like she has done quite a bit of damage. So her new crystalline weapons seem to be doing the trick here. We got a nice little victory on our belt. Okay. And you know, I don't think we really need that. So what we can do is we're just going to salvage. After the fighting's done, the grateful Laura throws a small feast to thank them. The woodland seer, it seems, never foresaw this possibility, this random raving monster that would have devastated all he'd built. He and Dungeon talk late into the night, sharing old dreams, wisdoms, and what-ifs. The old man sees them off in the morning. "What'd he give you?" says Zura. "There's a new parcel among Dungeon's things." Oh, a keepsake. Something he used to wear. Anyone could use it. Myself, I already received a great gift from Lore, just knowing there was someone who understood, and knowing these dreams have a purpose. That it's about challenging fate, not accepting it. He's a generous man. That's a lot of things you got, says Zura, her greedy nature kicking in. Some days later. We'll be in town by night, I think, says Dungeon. Hey, Dungeon, says Zura. You going to ask whether I'll think about it? The what if? Staying with the Lore and seeing if I could do what he does? Not that I really care, one way or the other. It's only... Will I regret it? Seems like a safer career, I'll say that. But someone's gotta watch you. Keep you honest, right? That's very true. That is very true. Alright, and we're gonna get a +5 block, and you know, that's gonna go to Dungeon since he was the one who pretty much led them there. There we go, and now he is a Bronze Horn Warrior, so he is leveled up and got some more retirement age. So let's see what that unlocks for him. We got Windwalk. Once per combat, as a swift action, Dungeon can call on wind spirits to guide him to a distant tile. So it looks like he can almost teleport in a way. We've also got Battle Dance. Melee attacks only cost Dungeon 1 action. Okay, so it looks like if he's standing still and he can probably take another action afterwards. That seems very, very strong, especially for someone who's doing as much damage and as tanky as he is. Then we have Zealous Leap. Every other turn, as a swift action, Dungeon makes a daring leap up to 3 spaces away. I don't think we quite need that yet. And then we've also got Engage. Using Engage also engages all enemies adjacent to Dungeon, plus 2 armor per engaged enemy. That seems to be highly, highly good for what we're using him as. However, I think Battle Dance might be our best bet, because I think we're going to be getting a little bit more use out of that with Dungeon. So we're going to go with that. And it looks like we have some more calamities. The Rager now does extra damage. That's going to add on to the stack there. Alright, and now what we can do is, I think with our guys up here, we might have them actually do a little bit of scouting on this end. We'll see if we can kind of pair them together. So it also looks like these guys have uncovered a tile, and you know, I'm not feeling overly confident with them attacking stuff by themselves. They might need another person to see if they can take that down. So I think what we're gonna do is we're probably going to see if we can just do a little bit of a patrol on them. And I'm not sure if that's going to engage us in combat or not, but we'll find out. We'll find out. So we're gonna patrol with these guys, and we'll see what happens. See if that lowers the infestation just a bit. Sure looks like it did. Alright, now with that infestation clear, as you can see, the strength is dropped to 5. So, while these guys are scouting over here, we might take advantage of that, and I think we can do this. I think we can. It might not be the greatest idea, but we're gonna give it a go. And once again, guys, all decisions are permanent, so we're gonna see what happens. But we're gonna attack these Gorgons. A weird rhythmic noise filters through the trees. It's getting louder. So are you, I've noticed. He's taken right after his parents, it seems. Over here, says Mordmeyer. An ancient ox leans its bulk against a beech trunk. Blood pools from its panting muzzle. The thing's sick or something, says Hatta. The ox doesn't flinch from Zurius' approach. He notices a wound at the base of its neck. There's something in there, what looks like a blue pomegranate seed, but it's as big as my fist. Alright, what are we gonna do with this? So Mordmeyer says, I've got skilled fingers, let me try and dislodge the seed, or, better to kill it now, let it die with dignity, an ox at the last. And then, Hatta says, wait, I hear something, almost like it's speaking to me. I'm kind of interested in this last option here, and we haven't done a whole lot with Hatta, so let's see if we can give her a little bit of story engagement. As she attempts to commune with the ox, Hatta is struck by a measure of its pain. Beast, old ox, can you understand me? How do we help you? Says Hatta. The ox turns its head slightly as Hadta addresses it. Then its whispering voice enters her mind. I've seen where the thing goes. With a quivering hoof, the beast marks some lines in the dirt. Kill it, but first, kill me. Hadta begrudgingly hangs her head. Let it be done then. At the last, the old ox's eyes seem happy to find rest. Hadta scribbles down the ox's map. This way, they won't even know we're coming. Alright, so it looks like we've done a good deed there. And intimidation, all foes suffer 2 damage to the start of the mission. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. So it looks like we have quite a bit that we're going to have to take down. So we need to be a little bit careful here. And, you know, let's see what we can interfuse with. I don't know if we can do a whole lot at the moment. So we're going to bring... Yeah, I think that was wise. We're going to bring Zurius up here and have him guard. We're also going to bring Hadta up right here. And we're going to have her interfuse. We're going to get a nice little discus going and see if that can actually work in our favor. There we go. We got some nice damage out there. And we're going to do the same thing with Mordmeyer, I think. We're going to do this stone here and give another discus attempt and see if we can actually do some additional damage. There we go. We actually got quite a bit of damage out right at the start there. And what we're going to do is, I don't really know if I want to interfuse right now, but it might be a better idea if we kind of just huddle up and not really take too many chances. So I think we're going to try and discus with Hadta here. So that unfortunately did not work. So let's see what we can do with this ruined wall. There we go. Mordmeyer was able to take him down. Hold reliable. We're going to continue to guard here with Zurius. Looks like an alarm has gone off and another foe has entered the battle. So, what can we do here? So I think we're gonna actually have to slowly move up, it would seem. So let's bring Zurius up right now. We'll have him guard. We'll bring Hadta up as well here. And we're gonna have her interfuse with this mossy stone. And with the discus, can we do anything with that? It doesn't look like it, so we're gonna withdraw. Can we interfuse again, or are we actually stuck? We might actually be stuck. So we're just gonna wait here, and then we're gonna bring Mordmeyer and have him interfuse with this log. We're just gonna keep him in the back line just a tad bit and see if we can't do any extra damage. Looks like we can do a little bit here. There we go, we got a nice little attack with Zurius. Seems that he is able to do battle quite easily here. Alright, let's see what else we can do with Hadta. Now, you know, I think we might actually bring Zurius up just a tad bit more here and see if we can get him into the thick of things. We're gonna slap a guard on right now. And let's see, can we withdraw at all? Doesn't really look like it. So I think we can discus onto this guy here. Yeah, certainly looks like it. Very nice damage. So she is proving to be quite resourceful as well, and we're going to bring Mordmeyer up here and just kind of see if we can interfuse with anything. We got another discus attempt here. Gonna let us do that? Yep, sure is. Oh, unfortunately he dodged that attack, so looks like this thing is trying to do a little bit of damage to us, but we're not gonna let it. We're actually gonna bring Zurius up here and see if he can get a nice strike. There we go. He is a frontline warrior after all. So it looks like even without the rest of our party, we were still able to succeed in that battle. And it looks like we have also found an artifact. So I'm not quite sure what potency does. But it looks like it's more of an offhand item, so we're actually going to give it to Hatta. Alright. And we've also got a necklace, which we're, you know, why don't we just double up on Hatta's potency just a good bit. And hopefully that wasn't the wrong decision, but I guess we'll see in the future, right? Alright, we got another Calamity card here, and now the Rose do have a little bit of extra armor. So why don't we let our camp finish up here, and in the meantime, we did get another legacy point, so I think we're going to bring our guys on over here and see if we can't recruit. So I think we're going to be taking off Zura. We don't really want her to do that. We're gonna send the people who aren't doing anything. Okay, so while these guys are heading to recruit, we've also got another opportunity here. We're gonna have them do a patrol and see if we can bring down this infestation a little bit. Okay, we're gonna recruit this new member. So the Rowdy Ragtag Adventurers have reached Rose Stable. I've been waiting my whole life for this opportunity, says Falalina. Well, we haven't been around that long, but if you want, I could sign your, huh? Listen, what if I told you that my mother was a renowned cowherd? Not because she was any good with cattle, but because she beat a bull god in combat and won her good fortune. Alright. And then Grandma. Legend is, she threatened a flood so severely that it turned on its tail before it reached Rose Stable. You know what? We're facing a flood right now, so that, if that is even a little true. Which is why the town continues to be known for its unmatched magical artifact museum. Hatta says she's heard that story. The point is, my blood is the blood of exceptional people. You know what kind of pressure comes with that? And so I've been searching for a chance, any chance, to snag some renown of my own. Let me join you. Wow, no arguing with destiny, I guess, says Hatta. So we're gonna actually have her be a hunter. Or a huntress, rather. Okay, so we're gonna have to end up preparing her. And we're also, looks like we're having these guys do a patrol here. It looks like they are still currently doing so. Or maybe not. I'm not sure what they're doing actually. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And looks like they are also preparing that recruit. And it looks like Mornmire is rousing dungeon for a mysterious journey. But before we go on that journey, guys, I think we're gonna end this episode off here. And you know, I hate to leave it on a cliffhanger, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna see what Mornmire and Dungeon get up to in the next episode. And once again, thank you guys for watching. And if you do have anything that you'd like to add in here, maybe tell me any of the wrong decisions I'm making, or if I'm making the right ones too. It's all extremely helpful. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It seemed rather short to me. Things kind of happened all at once, but we're running out of time for this one. So be sure and like the episode, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. So I will see you guys next time. Take care.